welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Daisy Eagan. I'm Brett Chapin. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions for our amazing guest today, give us a call, guys, at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. You can also find us on Facebook at La La Land Talk and Twitter at La La Land Talk. And we have with us today a theme park employee from a certain theme park, which we are not going to mention.
We're not going to mention it.
Yeah.
We also won't mention her identity, her name.
Yes.
Well, we'll say Laura.
Laura is her name.
Yes.
And Laura's going to give us some dish on the inside workings of a theme park.
I'm kind of curious. We've all been to theme parks, and
It's so weird when I tell people what I do for a living, because everybody always takes a step back and they go, "What? Wait, who works at a theme park?"
Yeah.
And it's for me, it's just normal. It's every day.
So what do you do? Can you say that?
Yeah, I do characters. So there are lots of different kinds of characters at any theme park. This goes for every theme park that you can think of around the country. There are what they call face characters, where they
like
show
Cinderella and that kind of thing.
like princesses. Yeah, any kind of character that shows their face and talks in their voice and talks with the guests and interacts. That's a face character. I've done that. I've done there's like improv characters, which are people who aren't a famous character. It's something they make up on their own just to interact with guests and stuff like that. And
like a mime or something like that?
Yeah, just like a
That's
random...
what you would come up with as a mime.
I don't know.
I mean, there could be mimes out there. I've never played one myself. And then there are our favorites, the fuzzies.
And those are the ones with the heads, right?
The big heads, yes.
Which is now becoming like a subculture thing outside of theme parks.
Yeah.
Like people are becoming fuzzies, and they're like...
So you mean on like Hollywood Boulevard?
No, like in their lives. They're like, they go out bowling and they go to the park and they do stuff and they're like dressed as a fuzzy.
There was an episode of Entourage.
Oh, really? There was an episode of like Strange Sex or...
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's furries.
Oh, that's furries?
We are very offended when those are confused.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute now.
Because fuzzies...
What is the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference?
Furries enjoy having sex in their giant fuzzy costume, and fuzzies get paid to sweat all day at a theme park.
And they don't have sex in their costumes?
Most of them. I, for one, have never. But I'm not going to lie, I have walked in on a face character doing it with the fuzzy.
What kind of fuzz?
Wow.
Oh, I guess you can't tell us.
No, I can't.
Well, okay, so...
That borderline's on like bestiality.
Yeah.
Well, they're okay. In all fairness, their mask was off. Their head was off. But I did.
That's almost more creepy.
It's pretty creepy. The best is when you see like different characters wearing different heads. So you'll see the body of like a tiger with the head of a bird, yeah. and we'll all take pictures of ourselves backstage, but if ever those were shown anywhere, we could get fired immediately.
Sure.
You'll never see a picture of a famous character without their head or out of character anywhere on social media or...
So what's the craziest thing that you've ever sort of seen happen backstage, as it were?
Backstage?
Well, you know, in the nether regions of a theme park.
Walking in on that sex act was pretty intense for me. It was very... They thought they were being sneaky was the best part about it, but they were in the public break room bathroom, like in the stall.
Did they see you?
It. Yeah, they saw. I opened it and I was like, "Oh, hey guys, what's up? I know you both. I'm gonna walk
I have
away
a
now."
confession to make where that's concerned. I walked around, in the nether regions of a theme park once with my boyfriend, and we actually were actively seeking out a place for some naughty time.
See,
did you find one?
Yeah, that's kind of fun. You couldn't get in trouble for it.
Right.
You couldn't get fired.
Well,
you
could probably
certainly
get
kicked out.
You'd
Yeah,
get kicked out,
I've
yeah.
seen guests engage in sexual activity. I've seen guests doing drugs. The craziest things I've seen were actually out in the park in the costume.
That's funny.
It's yeah.
You know what's scary to me is the parks that have like fright Halloween type
Halloween
stuff.
themed.
I always think like any psycho could just go in there with a real machete.
There are lots. I've worked a lot of the nighttime Halloween events at different different theme parks, but there are lots of people who go in with real.
Do people get
weapons.
hurt ever?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've seen somebody with a fake chainsaw, no blade around the chainsaw, but I saw them hit a guest by accident in the ear, and their ear start bleeding, and it looked like
Oh no.
that person actually cut into the guest's ear, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is the freakiest thing ever.
Even with no blade, those things can still cut.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you press it against, like, some of our friends will kid around, they'll press it against your leg and it just feels like it's vibrating. But if you with anything, if you get enough momentum in a swing, you can really hurt somebody. I've seen people break windows by accident with the chainsaws.
Did that guest then get like free entry for life?
I don't know what happened.
Hope so.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I one time was scaring somebody out in the park, and a guest took a swing at me. That's happened. I can count. One year I did it. I got punched in the face 3 times.
Holy.
I got grabbed at probably about 4 times. I got vomited on.
Oh.
I got
St. Patty's Day, by the way.
Yeah. It's that's crazy.
I've had someone expose themselves to me because I was kind of in a scandalous outfit, so they figured they could be scandalous around me, and they.
Right.
It's so funny when you're in a theme park. What's different between theme parks and theater is when you walk into a theater and you're watching a show, you know this is a play. You know that this isn't real, and you're just kind of sitting back and watching it. When you enter a theme park, we're interacting with you, so you forget what is real and what isn't. So they sometimes really truly believe that you are this character, and they can treat you how they would normally treat this character. So if you're pretending to be like a slutty victim, they're going to treat you like you're a slutty victim and shout obscenities at you. And somebody exposed themselves to me, and I was like,
sounds like the New York City subway.
close.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a story where you had a family that had like they knocked you over when you were in one of your costumes?
Yeah, one time I was one time I was attacked by a bunch of tourists.
Oh.
It wasn't a family, it was a big group of guys from Sweden. And
I thought they were supposed to be like
Yeah,
neutral.
they're neutral.
not these Swedens.
That's Switzerland, isn't it?
Oh, it's all the same to me. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, these Swedes, they were not neutral. I don't think they intentionally were thinking that there is a person in this costume that I'm going to hurt. They were just thinking, haha, they're wearing a funny costume, let's make fun of them. And they don't realize that there is a human being, and most people inside those costumes are young girls.
Yeah. Right.
People picture like these old perverted men, and they're actually, to fit the costume, they're girls in their young 20s, like tiny, tiny girls. And
are the costumes heavy and hot?
Oh yeah,
like the fuzzies or whatever.
Oh yeah, during the summer especially. I mean, summertime is when I want to kill myself.
I'll bet.
Unless I'm a face character.
It's a good workout though.
Yeah, I often say like I get paid to work out.
Do they have fans in any other costumes?
Some of them do. Most of them don't. The newer ones always do. The older ones, and you could always tell what costume is older.
Yeah,
by the way
sure.
they look.
Got a specific kind of musk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Laura,
But they're washed every night.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Theme park Laura. Laura from a theme park.
That's me.
Go
Good
visit
stuff.
a theme park soon.
Yeah.
You'll never know what you'll see.
Yeah, it's a very crazy world.
Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. We'll be back with Judy Norton.
From the Waltons.
From the
Are you
Waltons.
kidding me?
Mary Ellen Walton.
I'm really excited.
On La La Land with Brett Daisy on CRN Digital Talk.
Are you